So we're today on Benny's Lake at Lindholme Lakes. We've been fishing the slop shallow. We've got 3 different ground baits here what we'll use. The first of which is the Milled Expanders Original. I tend to favour this a lot more fishing for stocky F1s, the newer fish. They've been brought up on pellets or raised on pellets, so I find this is the best mix. The next mix I tend to favour is more for the wiser fish, the bigger F1s. This is Amino Black. I mix this 50-50 with the peat to create a nice cloud, and also with the added fish meal in this, it helps to attract fish into the peg. It gives me a bit of an edge over everyone else. The final mix is a betaine green milled expander. This is useful for fishing up to islands or down the edge. It helps your ground bait blend in with the water, the colour of the water, and it will definitely be worth a go. Right, so we've used 2 mixes today here at Lindholme. Firstly using the Milled Expander Original and then the Black Swim Stim and the peat. So to mix them, it's very simple. Straight out the bag into the bucket. Then what I favour is to just mix this like a normal ground bait, and then it allows me to play with it later on in the day. So if I want a stiffer mix, I can keep it quite dry. If I want a sloppier mix, I can really over wet it and add lots of water to it. So you can see from that, it's quite over wet initially, but because of the milled expanders in it, you'll find it takes the water on very well. So it'll come back to as it should be, like a normal ground bait, and then we can adapt the mix to the conditions on the day to suit, i.e. if we want a stiffer mix or a runnier mix, depending on how the fish are feeding. The second mix is a black. I tend to mix this 50-50 with the peat, because the peat allows us to create a cloud, whereas the black, with the fish meal in it, it just gives the bait an added boost. So I just mix these 50-50. All the dry ingredients together first, just blend them in so we have a nice even mix. Then add the water to this. You have to be a bit more careful with this because of the peat. You'll find it goes very over wet very quickly. And that's it done, just like a normal ground bait mix, which I can form into a ball like so. And then when I'm fishing, I can then tailor the mix to suit. It gives me more flexibility with my mix, and I can make it do what I want throughout the match depending on how the fish are feeding. Give it a go, I'm sure it'll help you put some in your net.